Caitlin, I just want to personally congratulate you on being named captain for the 20.
For the better part of 2 years, maybe even 3 years, the mainstream media has been trying to convince us that Angel Reese is a huge star.
The WNBA's Midsummer Showcase is making headlines for all the wrong reasons. Angel Reese will be watching from the sidelines while Caitlin Clark steps up as captain of the 2025 All-Star Game. What could have been the next epic chapter in their rivalry has turned into a brutal reminder of the gap between hype and results, popularity and production. This isn't just about star power, it's about who delivers when it counts, and Clark's rise is putting the league on notice.
Angel Reese, I'm sorry, ma'am. What makes you think that you deserve to be in the top 10 in the whole WNBA in voting? Don't you know you got to compete with Plum, Collier, Breanna Stewart, Sabrina Ionescu, who else? Caitlin Clark, who is ranked 4th in the WNBA. She's ranked 4th. You are ranked 25th.
Angel Reese and her signature me bounds are back in the spotlight, but not in the way she hoped. After snagging an all-star nod as a rookie, Reese strutted into the 2025 season convinced she'd cemented herself as Caitlin Clark's equal. Reality just hit back hard. While Clark racked up a jaw-dropping 1,293,526 fan votes to claim captain status, Reese barely made a ripple, pulling in just 173,363 votes and placing 13th overall. The message from fans is crystal clear. This isn't about noise or narrative, it's about who's truly carrying the game.
Clark led the WNBA in All-Star voting. Obviously led the WNBA in All-Star voting. Like, I don't think anyone is shocked by that. If somebody is surprised by Caitlin Clark leading the WNBA in All-Star voting, you've been living under a rock. It's obvious. She was always going to lead.
The contrast couldn't be more striking. Caitlin Clark, even after missing time with injuries, is still putting up 18.2 points, 8.9 assists, and 5 rebounds per game, breaking records and packing arenas in every city. Meanwhile, Angel Reese has taken a clear step backward. Her scoring and rebounding have both dipped, falling from 13.6 and 13.1 to 11.7 and 12.3 respectively. Even worse, her turnovers have nearly doubled to 3.9 per game, and her shooting efficiency has cratered, hitting just 39.1% from the field. The numbers speak louder than the noise.
Season. Clark has had a little bit of an up and down season for her, relatively speaking, because she's been in and out of the lineup. Collier did miss a few games with a back issue as well. And of course, Clark had the shooting slump before she went out with the latest injury. Don't know how much that was related or is related, but Clark's impact on the floor is apparent when you see her there and when you see her off, and her numbers are still awesome. Not to mention, she's by far the most popular player in the league, and this is decided by fan vote.
The Me Bounds saga has officially hit its breaking point. Fans aren't falling for it anymore. Angel Reese's habit of inflating her stats by rebounding her own missed shots has gone from questionable tactic to full-blown meme. What used to be overlooked is now openly mocked. Even Reese leaned into the criticism, saying, "Whoever came up with the Me Bounds thing, y'all ate that up," and has now trademarked the term for merch. It's the clearest sign yet. When your most criticized flaw becomes a brand, the line between self-awareness and self-parody gets awfully thin.
Whoever came up with the me bounce thing, y'all ate that up. Because rebounds, me bounce, rebounds, key bounce, T-bounce, T-bounce, anything that comes off that board, it's mine. It's mine. And a brand, that's 6 figures right there. Whoever came up with that, the trolling, I love when y'all do it, because like the ideas be good. Like when y'all have to alter my face and shit, because I'm cute. all right, whatever. Like, that doesn't get me. But like, when y'all came up with rebounds, because statistically, all the rebounds that I get aren't always just mine. They're like the defenses too, or somebody else's on my team. But when y'all came up with rebounds, y'all ain't doing one thing. Jenny, we're ranking. We're.
But this goes far beyond the box score. It's about impact. Caitlin Clark hasn't just performed, she's transformed the landscape of women's basketball, filling arenas, breaking viewership records, and turning every game into a national event. Meanwhile, Angel Reese's Chicago Sky are floundering with a miserable 5-11 record, stuck at the bottom of the Eastern Conference. The franchise that was supposed to be elevated by her superstar status is, instead, scrambling to find ways to make her presence actually matter on the court.
So Angel Reese came out and had a 12 rebound, 4-point, 2 assist game in the absence of Caitlin Clark tonight. Angel, they're not coming for you. They're coming to watch the prodigal son or daughter, Caitlin Clark.
If you're a fan of Caitlin Clark, please leave a like and subscribe our channel and type CC 100% in comments below. Enter Tyler Marsh, the Sky's new head coach, who has been tasked with the impossible, making Angel Reese into something she's not. The coaching staff has tried everything, moving her to different positions, attempting to develop her into a point forward, and even having her work on her three-point shooting. It's basketball's equivalent of teaching a fish to climb a tree. You can call it versatility all you want, but when your star player is shooting 39.1% from the field and can't finish at the rim despite being 6'3", no amount of position changes will fix fundamental basketball deficiencies.
It's crazy because to be 6'3", she should be more dominant than what she is. Clearly, she don't be in the gym enough because she should be stronger than what she is. They be handling Angel Reese, and she want to be crying and talking about they ain't passing her the ball. I wonder why they not passing you the ball, because you're not good enough. And then the Chicago Sky, you know what I'm saying, viewership, it only reaches like 1-point-something million. But check this out. The highest was when they played against the Indiana.
The most telling indictment of Reese's season came when she was benched during crunch time in one of the Sky's rare victories. While teammate Camila Cardoso dropped a career-high 23 points, Reese watched from the sidelines as her team actually won without her on the floor. The message was clear: Chicago plays better basketball when their supposed superstar is on the bench. The Sky's general manager has been brutally honest about the situation, stating the team needs more from Reese. When your own front office is publicly questioning your production, you know you're in trouble. The fact that Reese was named the Sky's Player of the Week after recording 17 points and 11 rebounds in a loss shows just how far the bar has fallen. Those are the kinds of numbers that used to be considered disappointments for someone with her supposed talent level.
You know, in the past, when I said things like Angel Reese is not a good basketball player, I think I spoke too soon. At this point, I've come to realize that Angel Reese, the self-appointed most important player in the WNBA, is not a bad player. She may be the worst player, at least whose name we actually...
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark continues to rewrite the record books. She became the fastest player to reach 350 assists in WNBA history, and the fastest point guard to reach 250 rebounds. She opened the 2025 season with a triple-double against, ironically, Reese's Chicago Sky. While Reese struggles with basic efficiency, Clark is simultaneously breaking records for assists and rebounds while leading her team to relevance. The All-Star snub represents more than just a popularity contest gone wrong. It's a referendum on what actually matters in professional basketball. Fans, players, and media all had their say in the voting process, and all three groups delivered the same verdict. Angel Reese is not among the elite players in this league. The coaches who will select the reserves might throw her a bone, but even that would feel more like charity than recognition of merit. This entire situation exposes the fundamental flaw in how Reese has approached her professional career. Instead of focusing on improving her game, she's spent considerable energy on social media warfare, brand building, and perpetuating narratives that have nothing to do with winning basketball games. She trademarked me-bounds instead of fixing her shooting form. She engaged in months-long social media campaigns instead of working on her footwork in the post.
And you are shooting 38.6%, and all you do is shoot pray-ups. You hear me? And I wish they go in. Then the type of that's your fault. If you would take your craft serious, then maybe you would be in the top 10. You averaging a double-double, that's what they say. But honestly, I think they giving you them stats. I'm sorry. They giving you them stats. And at the end of the day, you are a jealous person.
The WNBA tried to force a rivalry between Clark and Reese, pushing a narrative that they were co-equals, carrying the torch for women's basketball. But manufactured drama can't survive contact with reality indefinitely. Clark's dominance in every meaningful metric, from individual statistics to team success to cultural impact, has made the supposed rivalry look as one-sided as it actually is. The harsh truth is that Angel Reese peaked during her college championship run at LSU. That magical season where everything went right, the perfect teammate chemistry, the ideal system fit, the momentum of a championship run, created expectations that her professional game simply cannot meet. College success doesn't always translate to professional excellence, and Reese has become Exhibit A in that unfortunate reality.
Because everybody's trying to make this about a, come on, black man, protect the sisters. Protect the sisters, brother. This ain't racial. This is about sports. This is about athletic ability. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at Caitlin Clark's game, who's very reminiscent of a Steph Curry, based on her range and the three, plus everything else she does. And then you look at Angel Reese, stop it.
Her struggles this season extend beyond individual statistics. The Sky hired a championship-caliber coach in Tyler Marsh, added talent around her, and gave her every opportunity to flourish. Instead, the team has regressed, and Reese's inability to adapt her game to professional basketball has become glaringly obvious. When a player's presence on the court actively hurts their team's chances of winning, no amount of social media followers or brand partnerships can change that fundamental truth. The coaching staff has tried everything short of reinventing basketball itself. They've attempted to turn her into a playmaker, but her assist-to-turnover ratio tells the story of someone overwhelmed by the speed and complexity of professional basketball. They've tried to stretch her range, but shooting 30.8% from three-point range on limited attempts isn't exactly threatening defenses. They've even tried using her as a point forward, but that experiment has yielded more turnovers than highlight.
I ain't gonna lie, this bitch so trash. Y'all gotta understand, she gets so many rebounds because she missed the layup 50 times before even getting fouled for real. You got sports bettors making thousands and thousands of dollars on her missing her first shot. Like, how you that tall and close to the rim and you can't even make one layup game? They pay your ass way too much money for this shit. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark got this bitch playing like Steph Curry. She missed so much they gave her her own slogan. They call her ass me-bound. I'ma miss the layup, I'ma get it rebound, and I'ma miss the layup.
What makes this situation particularly painful for Sky fans is watching Camilla Cardoso emerge as the player many thought Reese would become. Cardoso's efficiency, basketball IQ, and ability to impact winning in ways that don't show up in box scores represent everything Reese lacks. When your rookie teammate is outplaying you consistently, it's time to acknowledge that the problem isn't the system, it's you. The All-Star snub shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone who has watched actual basketball games rather than social media highlights. Reese's combination of poor shooting, excessive turnovers, and negative impact on team success makes her selection an impossibility for any honest evaluation process. The coaches who will vote for reserves understand what wins basketball games, and Angel Reese's current skill set ain't it. This reality check comes at a crucial time for both Reese and the WNBA. The league has spent considerable resources promoting the Clark-Reese rivalry, but rivalries require two competitive participants. What we have instead is a superstar who elevates everyone around her, and a player whose limitations become more apparent with each passing game.
We need to get better. Obviously, we've had up and down games, but we're all-stars. And we're going to continue to prove it. Obviously, this is the last week for all-star voting. Camilla, she should be all-star. It's her first year. She could have got it last year with injury, but she should be an all-star this year. I think we've had up and down games, obviously, but being consistent and coming out every night. I mean, obviously, you don't put up 27 on nothing, like, against anybody. She's been consistent. Obviously, she's going away, but that doesn't take away what she's done. So her, me, Ariel, I know we belong to all-star. Thank you. Thank you.
The most damning aspect of Reese's situation is her apparent inability to recognize or address her shortcomings. Instead of using the criticism as motivation to improve, she's doubled down on brand management and social media presence. You can't Instagram your way to basketball excellence, and you can't trademark your way out of shooting 39% from the field. Caitlin Clark's response to adversity has been to work harder and let her game speak for itself. When faced with physical play, she responded with improved conditioning and better decision-making. When criticized for her shooting, she refined her mechanics and shot selection. That's what elite players do. They identify weaknesses and systematically address them. Angel Reese's response to criticism has been to create merchandise and engage in social media warfare. That approach might generate short-term attention, but it doesn't win basketball games or earn all-star selections. The WNBA isn't Instagram, and professional basketball isn't a popularity contest decided by social media engagement. The writing has been on the wall for anyone willing to read it. While Clark continues to break records and elevate her team, Reese has struggled to maintain even her rookie year production levels. The gap between them hasn't narrowed, it's widened into a chasm that makes any comparison laughable.
You're crying on the podium about how people hate you, and then you want to get in videos like this and say, I love the trolling. Pick a side. What side do you want to be on? Do you want to be on the villain side that you don't care about trolling, or do you want to be on the victim side crying about how people hate you and how your crown is heavy? What is it? You're so fake, bro. This is why we don't...
The Chicago Sky's struggles aren't entirely Reese's fault, but her inability to elevate those around her stands in stark contrast to Clark's impact on the Indiana Fever. Great players make their teammates better. Average players blame the system. And players who trademark their weaknesses, well, they watch all-star games from home. This all-star snub represents a crossroads for Angel Reese. The debate that the WNBA desperately wanted to manufacture is over, and it wasn't particularly close. Caitlin Clark has established herself as not just the face of women's basketball, but as one of the most impactful players in WNBA history. Angel Reese, meanwhile, has established herself as a cautionary tale about the difference between college success and professional excellence.
I like Caitlin Clark because Angel Reese does too much.
Caitlin Clark because I feel like she's an all-around player. Caitlin Clark.
I picked Caitlin Clark because she's better than Angel Reese and she doesn't really finish her layups. I think Caitlin Clark is better than Angel Reese because Angel Reese...
As Clark prepares to captain the All-Star game in front of her home crowd in Indianapolis, Reese will be at home, presumably working on her next social media campaign or merchandise line. It's a fitting metaphor for where their careers have diverged. One focused on basketball excellence, the other focused on everything except basketball excellence. The WNBA All-Star Game will go on without Angel Reese, and frankly, it will be better for it. All-Star Games are supposed to showcase the league's elite talent, not reward manufactured drama or social media prominence. The voters got this one right, even if it took longer than it should have to reach the obvious conclusion. Angel Reese's fall from all-star to afterthought serves as a reminder that in professional sports, performance ultimately trumps everything else. You can build a brand, create drama, and generate headlines, but you can't fake your way to basketball greatness. The court doesn't lie, and neither do the voting results that left her watching from home while Caitlin Clark leads the league's brightest stars in Indianapolis. If you enjoyed leaving a like and subscribing, more videos are on the screen now.